So happy Thanksgiving to everybody who is watching. I hope that you're spending time with your friends and family and eating a lot of food and thinking about what you're thankful for, right? There's a whole lot of things I am thankful for. The first one is to be a American and for my family and for, my friends and, all that good stuff, right? I am also thankful for you guys as well. I am thankful for you watching my videos, for supporting my channel, for supporting me. And I really, really, really do appreciate that. You guys are probably the greatest blessing I've ever received in my life. So I just want to let you know I'm thankful. And regardless of whether or not you agree with my opinions or not, I want my channel to be a space where it is okay to disagree, right? We don't have to agree on everything, okay? And I think that that's probably one of the things I'm most proud about when it comes to my channel. I don't censor any comments or anything like that. I don't, push people away because they have different views. I respect everybody's views, even if they differ from my own. And I just really appreciate the fact that you guys are supporting my channel and what I'm doing. I'm not perfect, but hey, I try to get better every single day. And again, I am really, really thankful for the support. And I just want to let you guys know that on this Thanksgiving Day, that I am thankful for you. So for today's videos, for the most part, I'm going to try to keep it positive, right? Because again, today is supposed to be a day where, we're spending time with friends and family, and I don't want to put too much negativity in your life today. Okay. So again, happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys out there. All right, guys. So in a continuation of covering the aftermath of the Ahmaud Arbery trial, Ahmaud Arbery's father came out here and gave a message that I found to be quite surprising in today's political climate. Now, before we get into Ahmaud Arbery's father and his message and what he was saying, I just want to be upfront about this. This video is not about the trial itself. It's not about the verdict. It's not about what happened to Ahmaud Arbery. It's not about the McMichaels. For the most part, for me, I'm done with that, right? I'm moving on past that. I've already done a video on that. It's not about that, right? It's purely about the message that Ahmaud Arbery's dad is giving. And I just want to make that clear, okay? Because, again, it's not about what happened. It's simply about the message that he's giving moving forward. And that message, in my opinion, appears to be a message of unity, as he says that all lives matter. Take a look.
We got that list mark. This history today, letting you know that black kid life does matter. That's right. For real, all life matters. All life. Yes. Not just black children. We don't want to see nobody go through this. No. Amen. I don't want to see no daddy watch a kid get lynched and shot down like that. That's right, Mom. So it's all our problem. It's all our problem. So hey, let's keep fighting. Let's keep doing it and making this place a better place for all human beings. Amen. All human beings. Amen. Everybody. Amen. Love everybody. Love everybody. All human beings need to be treated equally. Yeah. We finna conquer this lynching. Today is a good day.
All right, guys. So you seen that, you heard that. Now, again, this video is not about whether or not you think that what happened to Ahmaud Arbery was actually lynching, whether or not you agree with the verdict. It's not about any of that, right? It's simply about the overarching message that he's giving, Ahmaud Arbery's father, because he did lose a son, right? Again, whether justly or unjustly, that's your opinion, okay? He lost a son. And when you lose a son, especially during this political climate in which this, case right here, there was a whole lot of racial angles to it, especially if you listen to the mainstream media. They wanted to make it racial, right? And he could have easily came out here and made it racial, right? He could have easily came out here and, said things that we hear a lot of times on MSNBC and the liberal media about, white people and the system being racist and blah, 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 blah. He could have said those things, right? But that's not what he said, right? He actually said all lives matter, okay? And he talked about how everybody should be treated equally, right? And, again, according to the mainstream liberal media, if you say all lives matter, apparently you're supposed to be a racist, right? That's a racist dog whistle, according to the left, okay? But again, I find it fascinating how, he comes out here and he says this even after, this verdict and losing the son and, all of that, but see the mainstream liberal media on the other hand, right, when it came to the Rittenhouse thing, I think that most people agree with self-defense. When it comes to the Ahmaud Arbery thing, I think, for the most part, I think people think that the jury got it right. Again, I understand there's some people that disagree with it. But when the media reacts to this, right, they have to make it divisive, right? With the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, it was that, it's a white man getting away with murdering white people who were supporting the black cause, right? They tried to stir up racial division and tension on purpose, right? With the Ahmaud Arbery thing, it's, this is a hate crime. These people were acting out of racism. Yeah, we got the verdict that we want, but at the same time, the system's still systemically racist, and we only just got this one, right? That's the narrative for the mainstream media, okay? And I just want to highlight this because it really shows you how the normal everyday person thinks in terms of what they want to see from America and what the mainstream media wants out of America, right? The mainstream media wants division. They want to divide us. So every single time, there's something that, is controversial or whatever going on, whether it's a trial or there's some event, they're always going to play up from an angle that is inherently divisive, even though that's not what people actually want, right? Even the people that are affected, right? I mean, again, Ahmaud Arbery's dad, if there's anybody that, you could argue should be motivated to, say something that, may be divisive, it can be him, right? Considering what happened to his son. And the mainstream media will do that. But he did it, right? He came out here and basically said, we don't want this to happen to anybody, right? It's not just about black people. It's about everybody, right? It's about everybody. And I think that, again, regardless of whether or not you agree or disagree with the verdict, you can get behind that, right? I think most people can get behind that. And I think that also reveals just how inherently divisive the phrase Black Lives Matter is in the first place. Because a lot of people, when they hear the phrase Black Lives Matter, it sounds exclusionary, right? As if other people's lives don't matter. And I know that has been debated so much, right? Ever since the movement took off about, whether or not Black Lives Matter is actually exclusionary, Black Lives Matter actually, is just recognition for people who don't get recognition. That's why we're saying it. But at the end of the day, for a lot of people in this country, who don't necessarily feel like they're privileged, that phrase in and of itself, they feel excluded, right? As if their lives don't matter. Now, with that being said, I also find it fascinating how this came after Kyle Rittenhouse said Black Lives Matter, right? Kyle Rittenhouse is associated with, the right and conservatives, and, Black Lives Matter is not necessarily popular with conservatives because of reasons I just outlined. But he still went on an interview with Tucker Carlson and said, I support Black Lives Matter. Now, at the time, I said, I don't think he necessarily supports the Marxist organization Black Lives Matter. I think he supports Black Lives Matter lowercase. And in my opinion, to me, again, that's just another sign of, people, despite the mainstream media trying to divide us, people wanting unity, right? Somebody who's coming out there saying a statement that people don't expect them to say, that people that on his side can be seen as divisive, the same way as all lives matter is seen as divisive on the left. Like Black Lives Matter is seen as divisive on the right. And I just find it fascinating how after these two major trials, the people involved in it came out here and gave statements of unity, right? So when it comes to an individual like Kyle Rittenhouse, despite the mainstream liberal narrative, I don't think he has any hate and vitriol in his heart for black people whatsoever, despite the fact that, he was falsely smeared as a white supremacist. And just like Kyle Rittenhouse, I don't think that Ahmaud Arbery's dad has any hate and vitriol in his heart for white people, despite what happened to his son. Okay? At least that's what it sounds like from the messages that they're giving after these controversial events, right? These events that the media has used to divide Americans by race. The main people affected by these events aren't coming out here and trying to divide us. They're trying to unify, right? again, I just find that to be fascinating what we're actually experiencing and seeing here. So the sad part about this is that he's saying this in front of, two of the biggest race hustlers in this country, Ben Crump and Al Sharpton, who routinely use racialized radical language to incite and to divide people, right? And they're sitting behind him saying, oh, yeah, that's right. All lives matter. That's right. Yeah, well, okay. You can say that, nod your head to it, but, are you going to go out there and continue to race bait, okay, and to profit off of racial division? Yeah, they probably will, right? They'll probably continue to do that. So that's probably the saddest part about what was going on here in that clip. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to highlight that because I found that to be interesting. And I can definitely see how, considering today's political climate, he could have took a way different angle than what he took in regards to his reaction to the verdict. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.